You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411, featuring the week's roundup of fashion news. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411.
On top of this shit.
All right. Okay, we can hear now. Yay. Hey guys, you are tuning in to the world's one and only fashion podcast. It's Fashion 411 from Black Hollywood Live, and we are here in the studio this week, ready to kick off some more Hollywood fashion for you. So let's go around the room and introduce everyone. I'll start first. I'm Deanna Vaughn. I'm your former New York City fashion buyer turned go-to girl for looking fabulous for less. I'm going to bring you the runway to the real way.
Hey guys, I am your host, Erica Garcia Rojas, and I'm your spicy Latina born and raised in LA and turned my love for fashion into a business, Raleigh Babe Apparel, that I co-own and run with my sister.
Hey everybody, I'm your girl Courtney Stewart, the girl that's just like you guys, a shopaholic and fashionista coming to bring the consumer's perspective.
All right, you guys. So this week on Black Hollywood Live, it is all about Barney. And I'm not talking about a purple dinosaur. It's also birthdays and birthday suits. Yeah. And hopefully today we're supposed to have Super Brit Sam Sarpong. He's no stranger to acting and fashion. So hopefully he's going to join us. Maybe he got caught up in traffic. But hopefully we'll have him on the couch and we can get a little info on Sam and what he's up to in his fashion career. All right, so first up, it's Who, What, Where, and the where is W-E-A-R, okay? So first picture, we've got Mel B, and she is looking so toned, taut, and God, her body's ridiculous. And she's in New York City. This was her appearance on the Today Show from this past week. This woman has 3 children. Mm-hmm. Look at her body. It's just sick.
Phenomenal.
It's incredible.
Insane.
Phenomenal.
I've seen her in person. I met her in person, and in person she's more beautiful, I think, than like it shows in photos.
Wow.
And her body is sick. It's looking better these days, actually.
I don't even know if you can improve on that. I mean,
she just looks so thin and tiny in her waist. And
God.
It's all tight in that dress, and that hot pink is doing everything right.
It is, and I love that dress. For something to be so simple, I mean, it's a simple, like, shift dress. It's form-fitting, what we'd call, like, bodycon. And it's just, it works. I feel like every woman needs to have a dress like that in her wardrobe.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, next up, we have Lil Kim. She's celebrating her 39th birthday in New York City. Now, first of all, it's Lil Kim, but I don't know, can you guys recognize her? Can you tell?
Are we sure?
She has had so much plastic surgery over the years. I don't know what to say. I am happy to see her kind of back in the groove of things, you know, in the music world and in the fashion world. She's wearing a very tight Hervé Leger. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like a popsicle or rainbow dress at her birthday festivities. What do y'all think of Lil Kim here?
well, Deanna, don't forget about the huge K
Oh,
earrings.
God, how could I miss those?
Guys, for you guys listening, she's wearing these huge earrings with a K, and I'm assuming they're diamonds. I can't tell from the photo, but huge. That covers half her neck.
It's big as her face.
It's pretty large. And I want to remind you guys, if you want to follow along with the pictures that we're showing during the segment, check out blackhollywoodlive.com and you can see all the pictures and follow along with us. And then finally, last up, it's birthday suits. So on the left,
Geraldo?
yes, on the left, it's Kimora Lee Simmons. She is on a yacht on a vacation, and what you guys don't see is to the right is her little son is, you know, kind of hanging out, and of course, you know, we had to cover her lady parts with something fun, but that's Kimora Lee Simmons on the left, and then Geraldo is on the right. And funny enough, this picture got so much attention this past week in the news. He tweeted this picture of of himself, basically saying, you know, hey, 70
Doesn't look too bad.
70 is the
brother.
new
Wow.
Too
50.
bad.
He's 70 years old. But at the same time, Geraldo, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And he actually pulled a picture from social media, but it was too late because it already made its
gone
rounds
everywhere.
and he blamed the picture on drinking too much tequila.
I mean, yeah.
He looks really good.
He looks amazing.
I mean, he for 70, even
He's
like if he was
70.
60 or
Yeah.
50,
I mean, 45, that would still be something to be proud
Yeah.
of. So
He looks
he's doing
great.
But do you want to see it?
I just wish he had shorts on because it looks like he's like standing
Yeah.
completely naked, like up against
Exactly.
the counter, and that's what's bothersome because
Exactly.
there's man parts down there.
Uh-huh.
But body-wise, I mean, it's not that offensive. We just
No.
needed it to be cropped a little bit. higher.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen worse. I mean, this isn't that bad.
Yeah, and he's in great shape. And Gamora looks great. I'm looking. She's another one with 3 kids.
Yeah.
And her boobs,
She
I
looks
don't know.
fantastic.
They look real. Don't know how real they are, but
They look real.
they look
do.
real and they look good. And there's a lot of controversy about the fact that her son was
Exactly.
right there, which
Exactly.
I just don't see the big deal.
I don't either because I think, you know, in European, you know, countries as opposed to the US, they're used to, you know, walking around bare, naked. It's not a big
Topless.
deal.
Not a big
It's
deal.
your body. So I think as Americans, we have a bigger issue with it.
How old
Crazy
is your son?
complex. He's about 3.
Yeah, he's about 3 years old.
Really? How long ago he was probably breastfeeding? I mean,
Exactly.
really?
Yeah, it's not like he's
Exactly.
like 16, like gawking at his mom's boobs.
No.
That might be a little
Exactly.
weird, but he's a kid. It's just boobs.
And there's one funny thing I want to point out about Geraldo's picture. Do you think it's interesting that he's actually wearing rose-colored
Rose-colored
glasses?
glasses. I know.
I thought it was strange.
He's wearing rose-colored glasses.
But
So,
it looks good.
yeah.
They look great.
All right, so that's our little edited Who, What, Where section. Next up, we've got a little style scoop with
what's
Erica
going
here.
on
What's
this
going on?
week?
All right, guys. So I've got your weekly style scoop for Fashion 411. And first off, we have a collaboration. Jay-Z and Barney's collaborates. So word on the street is that Barney's latest celebrity collaborator is Mr. Jay-Z.
I like it.
Some speculate that the collaboration will be for their upcoming holiday campaign. So Barney's is really known for a big campaign that they do every holiday. Last year it was with Walt Disney, and we have a picture of that. It was Electric Holiday with Walt Disney. The year before was a collaboration with Lady Gaga around the holidays, and they called it Gaga's Workshop. And these huge, elaborate campaigns. So word on the street is that Jay-Z is the next one to fill those shoes. And, you know, Jay-Z, he's been all over the place recently, including the art world, in which he filmed a video for Picasso Baby, featuring many contemporary artists. He partnered with Samsung as part of the release of his new album, Magna Carta Holy Grail, which features a song called Tom Ford. And his Rock Nation Entertainment Company also recently branched out to represent professional athletes. So Jay-Z's got his hand all over the place.
Continue to take
Everything.
over the world.
Literally everything. I mean, fashion, sports, music. You know, he's part owner of a
He's
yeah
writing
film.
music for films. Like it's
It's
amazing.
incredible. Like,
Yeah.
what's next? I think the next thing for him is if he wants to act, but I don't
I don't
see
know.
him
He
doing
seems
that,
like he'll
but-
constantly be like that big man behind the scenes doing everything.
Yeah.
And
like
for this
running it all.
campaign, yeah, no, I know. And for this campaign, I'm interested to see how they're gonna make it,
Yeah.
because Gaga and Disney are there's a lot to play around with.
Yeah.
It could be very like spectacular and ethereal. And
Yes.
I'm curious to see what the direction Barney's is gonna go with in partnering with Jay-Z, because there
Yeah.
has to be some kind of theme, some kind
Right.
of, I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. He's not the most
Holiday
like
magic.
theatrical
Exactly,
kind of person,
yeah.
so it'll be interesting to see what
To
kind
see
of
what they
live-
do.
Well, the creative director of Barney's is Simon Doonan, and he is known for, like, you know, when he does these collaborations with people, he's known for just doing off the wall things. Some are a little controversial. I don't know if you guys remember the Disney windows that they had, but they featured like kind of pin up like Disney's, and he got a lot of flack for that because like their bodies were all shaped. So I think whatever ends up materializing for Barney's, you know, this collab with Jay-Z, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it will be.
Nothing short of amazing. What's up next?
All right. So next we have legendary fashion manager or agent John Casablancas passed away this week, unfortunately. So just to give you guys a little bit of info and history on Mr. Casablancas, he was a legend. but he was also a very controversial figure in the modeling world. His legacy includes being the first agent to turn models into celebrities and having a hand in creating the modern day image of the supermodel. His elite model management was hugely successful and paved the way for models to be more than models, spokespeople, celebrities, personalities. According to the New York Times, Casablancas is largely responsible for glamorizing the business and turning models into idols, their egos expanding in direct proportion to their earnings potential. But despite the massive success of elite model management, a controversy just always seemed to follow him. He was known to encourage the partying and decadent lifestyle of the young, rich, and famous. He himself was also known for having sexual relationships with some of the models, most notably a very young Stephanie Seymour when she was 15 and he was 41. And his agency was also the target of an undercover expose in 1999, revealing the agency's top agents in Europe boosting of sexual conquest with models and significant drug use. And after that expose, Casablancas resigned from the agency the next year. So he was definitely. He was a Romeo also. I mean, he was very handsome. We have a picture of him in the 70s. And he was married a couple times. He just had a lot. He had that kind of personality, which is what attributed to his success. But he also kind of took part in the partying and all the fun that went on. So unfortunately, couldn't help himself. He had a long, exciting life, and he passed away in Rio de Janeiro at the age of 70 this past week.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny. When I lived in New York City, I lived in the Gramercy Park area, and that's the area where all the modeling agencies were. And I lived in a building, I swear it had to be the prettiest building in Manhattan because they put up a lot of the models in my building. So literally, like, you'd get on the elevator and you'd be like, oh, I want to slip my wrist. All you saw were pretty people, male and female. So it was kind of funny.
It's crazy. And there's a couple of quotes that he just said throughout his life that I pulled out. He said, "Fashion is not about a Disney-like type of catalogish model. Fashion is about really exciting girls that have something to say, that express something." He also said, "I had the understanding of a guy who loved beautiful women, and above all, who liked the sensuality of it all." He said this in a 2010 video interview with the blog Modelina. All of the other agents were either women or gay guys. They had their own approach, which in certain instances was probably superior to mine, but I had something I thought was unique. I looked at my models as women. And then he said, one of my biggest regrets is that I created the supermodel. He told this to the London newspaper, The Telegraph, in 2000. "They can be impossible. Elite single-handedly brought modeling rates to a peak no one could have imagined, but the girls never thanked me for it. I've had enough." And this is when he quit the agency back in 1999. Yeah.
Interesting.
Great information, Erica. Yeah, that's great.
That's pretty cool.
All right. So next up, we've got another collaboration. Once again with Kanye West. So right off the heels of his APC collaboration, he's at it again. He's prepping to unleash a third collaboration come Fashion Week of this year. The New York Post reported that Kanye was in Milan this past week, away from his newborn North, working with a team of established designers, including Nicola Formichetti, preparing for his new venture. Nicola Formichetti, if you guys don't know, he's an Italian, Japanese fashion director and fashion editor. He's most widely known as a new artistic director for the Italian fashion label Diesel and for being a frequent collaborator with singer-songwriter and performance artist Lady Gaga. The yet-to-be-named collection will be a unisex line of 100 pieces. So he just had a lot of success recently with APC. He was criticized a little bit for the fact that they were just kind of pricey, overpriced basics. So let's see kind of what he does here with this new collaboration. It is unisex. And I'm excited to see what he's got going on.
He's going to keep it luxury.
Yeah.
Keep it minimal, probably. Yeah.
Well, here's my question, because he already has his own line, right?
Yes,
and the name is escaping me at the moment. But he has his own line. And it sounds like he's doing a lot of these collaborations with different designers. Do you think that's taking away from what he should be doing on his own line?
I think he's trying to build his credibility and build his own information base so that when he tackles his own line even further, it's only more respected and better than what it was before because he lives in that perfectionist space as we talked about before. So
I agree.
he wants to be like accepted as like a full-on legit high fashion or what in the circle, so to speak.
Totally.
And not just an entertainer trying to, put his name on something.
And he's branching out internationally with his line. I mean, APC is a French line.
Right.
And Nicola Filmarchetti's Italian. So he's going into those spaces, which with his own line, he might not have as much, like Courtney said, as much credibility or as much even, knowledge. I mean, it's great experience to be working with these designers and these companies that are so successful, and for him to be in that space doesn't necessarily is. I think his goal eventually is not to just be a hip hop artist wanting to be a designer, is to ultimately be a hip hop artist and a fashion icon designer.
And that's to be respected though, because reality is he could make a line and sell. Like that, there's no doubt about that. But he obviously seems like he wants to learn and educate and really be in it and not just be a name on it.
Ingratiate himself in that whole world.
Well, speaking of lines and doing lots of different things and wearing many hats, we have our guest host that just joined us, Mr. Sam Sarpong. Hello. Welcome.
How y'all doing? You good?
Good. How are you?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to be seen. Actually, you know what? I got to take my glasses off because last time I put my glasses, my mama talked smack about me.
Oh.
Yes, Mama, we want to see your eyes.
Yes, Mommy wants. Everyone wants to see your face.
People are like, why you always hide, man? I'm like, because I'm black. And the glasses match my skin, so it's a cool thing.
I want to see the eyes.
Yeah. Eyes tell a lot.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Sarpong, we're just going to dig right in. We're just going to.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Jump right in it. Jump right in it. Record on the rhyme, and you want to spin it.
He's a rapper, too. Look at that.
He does it all.
I rap
What do you
amazing.
not do?
I rap amazing Christmas gifts.
Oh.
Amazing. The boy got skills.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Very exciting.
So, really, how about you introduce yourself first before we dig in and,
My name is Sam Sarpong, and I'm a black guy.
No way.
Yeah, my name is Sam Sarpong. I'm on Fashion 411 today because I've been blessed enough to be, one of the top male models the last 10 years in the fashion game. I've modeled for everybody from Tommy Hilfiger, Nietzsche, Levi's. I was the face of Ed Hardy. I do all the top runway shows and, got my own fashion line, Future Stars Collection. So that's why you guys had me on today.
All right. So we're going to get to your Future Stars collection in a moment. But first, we got a couple quick questions for you just so we can get to know you a little better.
Okay.
So first up, so we did a little digging around, and we know you have a sister.
Yeah. June.
June, yeah. So she's also a TV personality and host in the UK.
Yeah.
Now, have you guys ever thought about joining forces?
Yeah,
in
June.
a fashion line or anything like that?
Well, June has her own line, actually, that she's working on. I can't really talk about it, but it's going to be huge. So she has her own fashion line.
Okay.
And I've had my line since 1997. I mean, I started when I was a kid, and we've been selling in Asia like the last 10 years. So I've been selling in boutiques, Future Stars Collection. The line is really blowing up right now. It's called The Chosen One. But what's really cool about me is I make one-offs. So it's like denim jackets, and I'll stud them out, put patches on them. Really one-of-a-kind, dope pieces. And then, you could sell them for a lot of money. You know what I mean? So my flagship store that I have a deal with is it's called Scream Famous. It's on Melrose, 7712 Melrose. Y'all check that out. And they carry the whole line. I have my own section in there. So the clothes is something that I've been doing for a long time. It ain't like all of a sudden Sam has a clothing line. No,
right.
I'm just launching in the U.S. with a big campaign now. That's why everybody thinks. And for anybody watching, August 24th is my big launch party. It's going to be hosted by Dwayne Martin and Tisha Campbell at their place called Zen Lounge, and we're going to do it big.
And we're invited, right?
Of course. Come on. Fashion 411. Y'all family. You got to be there.
All right.
So Sam, I have a quick question. So that's awesome that you do one-of-a-kind pieces and you're just right there designing it. Who are you designing for? Who do you imagine wearing
You know what's
your
cool?
items?
You know what's cool about me is like, when I first started my line, it was like I was mostly designing for, I would say, 18 to 35. And then I had these shirts because a lot of the line is also very spiritually based. So like chosen one, the whole thing behind that is many are called, few are chosen. So like when I speak to schools and I give them my shirt, it's like I look them dead in the eye and I say, always remember that you're chosen. Whether you want to be a doctor, lawyer, whatever you want to be, you are chosen. You know, there's something special. Like Sam shines when I'm Sam. If I'm trying to be Tyrese or Will Smith, that's not going to work because I'm not them. So that's behind the chosen one. So that was, you know, when I first started that, I thought 18 to 35. But then it was crazy because my dad wore it, and all his friends in like their 60s and 70s were like, Sam, we love that. Who makes that? And he was like, it's my son. So now, like, I see all kind of people, especially in Asia and UK, all kind of people wearing my stuff. So it's really cool, you know. But the one-of-a-kind piece is, you know, that's more for, it's for whoever. It's the rock star, you know what I mean? That's that. But I have another line called Only the Strong Survive, and that's like really cute V-necks for girls, and then it has crosses on it. You know, every line that I have is very positive. You know, it's very, very inspirational and uplifting.
So just so our listeners can get a good idea and we can figure this out. So how many lines do you have? 'Cause
Just Future Star Collection.
Future Star Collection.
But
okay.
under the collection, there's a few different lines,
Got
which
it.
is like Chosen One, Only the Strong Survive. But Chosen One is the main line that I'm pushing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so just not to confuse people. It's
Okay.
Future Star Collection, Chosen One. That's all I'm pushing right now.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And
yeah.
Chosen One is the one that you're going to be launching here in
On the
August,
24th,
On the
yeah.
24th.
Yeah.
So we'll look it out for
Yeah.
that.
That will be exciting.
No, it's
what-
going to be fun.
Yeah.
Like, what can we expect in the line? Is it knit driven with T-shirts,
There's-
graphics?
There's,
Like, what can we expect?
there's man, I always wear a shirt, and today I didn't. I was feeling like,
Fashion 411.
but it's all, they can check it out online right now. It's on my Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's front page of my Facebook page, just Sam Sarpong. But basically it's just like it's done with the old English writing. You know what I mean? It's really cool, and it has a cross and things like that. So it's cool. It's just it's dope. I mean, the reaction that we've gotten is just so, it's beyond my belief. That's why I know that it's bigger than me. You know what I mean? Like the meaning behind it. Everywhere we go, it's like people want to rock it and people want to represent for it, and especially when they find out what it means. So I just feel really, really blessed right now to that it's doing so well.
Interesting. You know, we just got finished talking about collaborations in our Style Scoop. And what do you think about, you know, celebrities and musicians collaborating on fashion lines? Like, do you think it's played out? Do you think, you know, you want to see more of it and it makes sense?
Here's my thing. Yeah, I mean, as someone that's been in the game for like 15 years in the fashion game, I'm gonna break it down to y'all right now. You have models, right, that get in the game and they're like, I'm gonna get this check and I'm gonna model and it's fun. But the good thing about me, and this is why God really blessed me, when I signed with Tommy Hilfiger and I was the face for 6 years, I studied. So when I say I studied, I'd go to his office. I'd be neck and neck with his brother Andy. Like, Andy, what are you doing? Then I'd be with his assistant because I knew one day I was gonna have my own brand. Same thing with Christian. Ed Hardy, he used me to launch his brand. For 4 years, I did everything with him. We went on tours. We did everything. So I know the fashion business inside and out. And I think now with music and fashion, it's become one thing. Because if you do your research and you look at Kanye 10 years ago, he was wearing basketball jerseys in his videos.
Yeah.
You look at Nelly. Nelly was wearing basketball jerseys in their video. Even Diddy. Not wearing suits. But they wanted to up their game. So now fashion and hip hop and everything has just become one thing. So whether you're J-Lo or whether Diddy, who was really one of the first people to do it as a hip hop artist, have his own line, I think now it's just all one thing. And one thing that I've known doing this, having my line for so long in Asia and having a group that's huge in Asia, America is so influential in the rest of the world. Whatever's going on out here, that's what's popping overseas. So as somebody that's traveled the world, that's one thing that I've learned is like, even with Ed Hardy, I remember starting out with Christian and he brought me to his office. He had a little store on Melrose and I was doing MTV Your Mama at the time, and we sat down. I had known him since Von Dutch. And he said, Sam, I have this line. It's called Ed Hardy. You know, it's really small right now. I want you to be the first celebrity to wear my stuff. So the first season of Your Mama, every episode I'm wearing either my line, Future Stars, or Ed Hardy. And then what he did was he hired me and Beverly Peel. You guys know her?
Yeah.
So he hired me and Beverly Peel to do his first runway show, and he was a genius. This is what he did. He shut down Hollywood and Vine. And then what he did was he got about $10,000 worth of Ed Hardy, gave it to Ashton, gave it to Britney, invited all the stars that I know, all the stars that he knew from Von Dutch. The next year, it was a wrap. Because everybody was wearing these caps.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so it was
trucker
like
hats.
the trucker
Yeah.
I
hats.
remember Britney Spears
Yeah.
sporting those.
Yeah, so
Paris Hilton.
yes,
Everyone
so
had
once Britney and Ashton wore it, it was over. It just like it was over, and that's what I'm doing with future stars. Like I got everybody that's about to be rocking. Chelsea Hobbs for Make It or Break It, Megan Good, Lamaya Good, you know, Keith Robinson, my boy Rob from One Tree Hill. Everybody is supporting it because they know how long I've been doing this brand and how passionate I am. So I know it's gonna take off, and there's a positive meaning behind it.
I think it's interesting that you just said that like everybody overseas is watching American fashion, because I used to be a buyer. I was a buyer for Bloomingdale's
Yeah.
for too long, but I was a buyer, and and when I in my old role, we always would go to Europe and we would go to London and
Because
we
they're
would
ahead.
Exactly, because we were ahead to see the fashion. So it's
Yeah.
interesting to hear you say that we're setting a trend for
In,
them.
in our
so
in our own way, we are. Like when I want to really look cool and be ahead of the game, I'm looking at Europe and Asia and those places.
Right.
But like I'll give you an example. Ed Hardy was played out here like 2-3 years ago.
Right.
It was just hitting Asia then.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So out here, everyone's like, it's played out. He's not making money, but he was killing overseas.
Yeah.
Killing. So it works both ways. Like
Right.
in some ways, I mean, when it comes to just fashion, hands down, Europe and Asia to me has got us beat with just style.
Right.
But trends, I feel like we set trends.
That's
So that's where the
interesting.
difference is.
And I also think that's a good point too, because I also think too, much more so in Asia, do they follow us and really follow
Big
trends
time.
here in the U.S.
Big time.
Huge.
Yeah.
I have a clothing line also, and we're doing
Oh,
private
wow.
labeling out in China, and it's insane how much they look at the U.S.
Right.
And there's a problem also in the fashion industry of being copied a lot.
Oh, that happens
Especially you
a
have
lot.
designs and very specific designs. I mean, you got to be careful because they'll copy it and they'll be able to manufacture it much
So
cheaper.
we just changed the stitch.
Yeah,
It's ours.
but it is. I mean, Sam. I mean, you. That's a great point because they do. They so much follow our trends, but when it comes to style and fashion,
They're ahead of us.
Yeah,
Yes,
and Europe
absolutely.
especially is ahead of
Like
us.
even with this brand, I've been modeling for this brand for 2 years, Boy London. Boy London is an iconic brand that's been around over 30 years in Europe. Madonna, Andy Warhol, Boy George, all these people were the former faces. So I've been modeling for them for like 2 years now, and recently, I would say the last 6 months or so, if you Google celebrities wearing Boy London, it's nuts. It's everybody's rocking it now. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, like Wiz Khalifa wore this hat to the Grammys. Like everybody's rocking Boy London now. But overseas, it's been hot for like 30 some
years.
years.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is I was at a Magic convention in Vegas, which
Yeah.
is a clothing thing.
yeah.
I was there last year and I was promoting the heck out of Boy London, and nobody knew who it was. And now those same people, 6 months later, I go to Instagram, everybody's wearing a boy hat. So it's just really interesting how trends catch on. And
Yeah.
for me, I feel like, not to brag or anything, but it's just real. I have been someone in fashion that's always been able to set trends. Like I helped Ed Hardy blow up. I helped Boy London blow up. So now it's like these companies have made millions of dollars off of me. So now it's time to have my own line, because once they make money, they don't look back and try to help you. You're a pawn to them. You are here to make my clothes look good, and that's it. So now it's like I got to get my businessman on and be like, yo, Christian made freaking 100 mil. I helped him get celebs. I helped him do all this. And now I'm not bad-mouthing him, but I'm saying he don't look back and be like, let me give
Here's
Sam
your
5.
cut.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't do that. I don't see,
Right.
the only one that really looked out for me in this game is Tommy Hilfiger. Every time I see that man, I'm like, yo, I bought my first house because of him. I have so much respect. Everybody else that I've modeled for, these big brands, they make their money, they use you as a pawn, and then, they move on.
Wow.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So Sam, you've had so many amazing experiences. I mean, you from everything from acting to music, having your band out in Asia.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've had the opportunity to meet so many people, influential people, whose style and just fashion do you admire?
Do I
you
admire?
look up to?
Damn, I don't know if there's a guy whose style I really admire because there's a lot of well-dressed people. You know, I think Idris Elba is a great dresser. I like Justin Timberlake's style. Jamie Foxx got style. You know, there's some guys, no one just comes to mind where I'm like, dang, oh, no, I lied. You know whose style I love? Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, yeah.
I love Lenny Kravitz style.
Yeah, it's
I love, because for me, it's a lot like how I like to dress when I'm in that mode. You know what I mean? Like, I call it the rock star mode. Like, Lenny wears the scars, the leather jackets, the leather pants. And my friends laugh at me when I dress like that, but I love that.
rock
I
and
think
roll,
there's a
yeah.
way to do it where it's still elegant. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's
And
sexy.
masculine, yeah.
Yeah, Lenny's got, man, that brother, he can dress. Lenny can dress. And girl-wise, hands down, I love, 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 love how Rihanna dresses.
Oh, yeah.
Rihanna's sick to me.
We talk about
We
her
talk
a lot
about
Yeah.
her
on
a
the
lot.
show.
She comes up a lot.
Rihanna has so much style, man. Like, she is like a template to me. If any girl wants to know how to look fly, to me, it's Rihanna. Because it's the accessory, it's just everything. She's a really good dresser.
Who would you want to get your hands on celebrity-wise and
To
like,
dress?
dress them?
Man, that's a good question. I never really thought about, like, dress them meaning to enhance them.
Enhance. There's somebody you look at, and you're like, I
I
could
could
just
do
really do
some-
some things style-wise.
I
with
don't
you.
know. No one pops to mind. But what's cool is like a lot of my friends that already dress good. Like Drew Sidora is one of my best friends. You guys know who she is. She was on the
Yes, singer.
game.
She's doing the TLC
Step-
movie now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, she's been one of my best friends forever. And like for like 3-4 years, Drew would not go to an event until she had Sam's approval. And I'd make stuff for her. We'd go to Melrose. I'd get her necklaces. Blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, girl, okay, blah, blah. And she'd go on the red carpet and get so much love. So like. It was just a passion of mine, and I would always dress Drew. You know what I mean? So it's just I'm sure there's a lot of people if I really, really thought about it, because even people that dress good, I always feel like there's a little something that you can add to really take it to that next level. I love how Megan Good's a very good friend of mine, and I love how her and Lamaya, her sister, dress. They've been killing the game for a long time.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, Sam. So you had a fashion show
Yeah.
last week.
Off the cheesy.
Yeah, we
got to
Courtney and I we
take a
actually
look at
Yeah.
you in
we
got to take
action.
a
Y'all
look.
came to support.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you so much.
did.
You weren't there.
No,
We
I wasn't.
did.
I couldn't.
Where were you at?
I was actually down in San Diego. I had a good excuse.
You was making that money, huh? Okay, hey.
Gotta keep working.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of footage. I'm not sure if it's a fashion show, but we have a little bit of footage that we just wanted to take a look at really quickly of you in
Okay.
action. So
All right,
let's
let's
see
see.
what we
Let's
got.
see. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's my Boy London campaign.
And you're wearing that same cap. Is that the same cap?
Nah,
that
this
you're
is
wearing? No,
totally
it's
this is
different. Oh,
this
okay,
is
yeah,
the
it's different.
enhanced version.
So is this you guys prepping for
Yeah, that's
the
Oliver
campaign?
Morris,
Okay.
big time photographer that shot this campaign, and see the dramatic music they playing.
I know,
They
I
so
love it.
They're so dramatic. But that was really fun. I had a good time, and just to be like, I don't think they had ever used any black hats before.
Ah, that's
And it was
gotta feel
different.
really good.
Yeah, and it was different. For me, this was like something really edgy and funky. And man, I've gotten so much exposure from the Boy London thing. It's like you go online and Google Sam Sarpong Boy London. It's like it's everywhere. They've been blowing up my Facebook, my Twitter, and
Yeah.
it's really as big as the brand is. I gotta say, I've helped it a lot, because what I found is so interesting is I'm on a 100 high school tour right now, where I go to 100 different high schools from now until next summer. And when you go to these schools, the new generation, they only know Boy London because of me or Rihanna. They don't know it's been around for 30 years. You know what I mean? Or Wiz Khalifa or whoever's wearing it. So it's almost like you're reintroducing a brand to this young generation. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, this is such a funny story. Like, I was speaking at this school, and until 6 months ago, I still had my two-way pager. Y'all remember those two-ways?
Yes.
From like 99? So I had my two-way. I just...
A beeper?
I remember that.
and the funny thing is, I still use my two-way. for numbers, but I had to finally upgrade because first off, I don't own a computer. I'm so old school. I don't own a computer
You don't own a
How is that
computer.
I don't-
How's
I-
that possible?
because I go to Kinko's to do all my stuff.
Oh no, you do
No.
not.
I don't like being accessible. I'm so old school.
But how does a
How do
computer? It doesn't mean that you're accessible. It makes you more accessible to
I know
information.
it's just mental, man. I like not. I'm so
Oh,
so when
my-
I do everything on my phone, my contracts, all that. But anyway, quick story. So I'm speaking to this school, and I pull out my two-way, and this girl's like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool! Did that just come out?" And I'm like, "Yo, this
my
thing is
gosh.
older than you."
That's funny.
But how cool
my
is that? She
God.
thought she was so young. She thought it was new.
Yeah,
She's like, "That's so cool."
You're like, that's amazing.
It was hilarious, man.
I love that.
All right, so
That's
we
a good
are
story.
we are running out of time. So
Yeah.
we have a segment here we like to call Hot or Hot Mess.
Okay.
So you're gonna weigh in with us on if you think it's hot or a hot mess.
Okay.
So
All right.
first up,
So first off, for hot or hot mess, we've got Miss Lala Anthony.
Oh, that's Lala.
On July 23rd, she was at the Caress Fabulista shopping event at the Gramercy Park Hotel in New York City. She's a spokesperson for Caress. And she is wearing a Imuahi white reflective Mara dress. So Imuahi is Elena Slinovic's San Francisco-based avant-garde couture line. And she was cast in Project Runway season 10. And this dress in particular actually is reflective. It's light
Yeah.
reflective. So you can see it on the runway. And when you see her photographed in it, for those that are listening that can't see the photo, it is reflective. So what do you guys think of this? Sam, what do you think of this? Hot or hot mess? What do you think?
I mean, to be honest, I don't think it's a hot mess, but it's not hot either. I just don't think that it really suits Lala's style. Normally, Lala gets it right, but on this one, I'd have to say, Miss Carmelo Anthony, you got it wrong.
so it's a hot mess.
It's a
That's
hot
a hot
mess.
mess.
Yeah.
That's a hot mess.
I hate hating on people, but it's
not
just I don't.
hate.
Yeah, I just don't like it.
It doesn't
You
work.
got to be real, right?
So ladies,
Yeah.
what do you think though? It's interesting to get the guy perspective and the
Yeah.
female
Yes.
perspective.
I have to kind of go with an agree with Sam on that because I just think fit-wise, she has a bodaciously beautiful body, and I feel like the neckline and it's kind of smushing her up top, and then all the hair coming down. Like maybe if the hair was pulled back would be helpful to make it a little bit better, but it doesn't work for me, and I don't think it shows off her best assets in the best way.
I'm gonna agree with you in the sense that when you got big girls, you can't wear crew neck.
That crew neck
Oh,
just-
wait.
No, it does.
Oh,
it
way.
really, it just smushes you out, and it kind of makes you look bigger
Yeah,
than what
'cause
you
it kind of
are.
makes your boobs
Kinda
into your
like what
arms,
my-
like
yeah.
it just
Yeah,
all goes into
so-
one thing, and it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
So if you got big girls, like some of us do, because I'm like holding mine.
Oh, way.
I got
need
big
to-
girls.
You need to wear, boat necks, V necks, scoop necks. You need to wear necks like that. And over here on the right, where this is the runway shot, now this girl has, little boobies, and
Right.
it suits her a little bit better. So I'm kind of on the hot mess train. Sorry, Lola, because normally she looks fantastic.
She normally does. I love
She
how
still
Lala.
looks beautiful in the face.
Oh yeah. She's still fly.
Yeah.
Still hot.
All right, what's up next?
So next we've got Solange Knowles. On July 22nd, she's at the premiere of Woody Allen's latest movie, Blue Jasmine. So she is wearing a mint green ensemble from Prada's Flowery Spring 2013 collection. Her top has a patchwork flower panel on down the front and on the sleeve, and a micro mini skirt with a slit at the thigh. Her bow sandals, they're actually shown on the runway with socks. You can't see it in this picture here. But she's actually wearing the entire outfit head to toe except for the leather socks. So what do you think? Sam, what do you think? You first.
Solange is my girl too.
Yeah.
We go way back, but I'm not feeling this one either.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Solange.
She looks like somebody's. I know she's a mother, but she just looks like somebody's own mama. Like
Yeah.
especially in this picture right here, she looks like she's ready to go to church.
Yeah.
Like I
I'm not feeling this.
Yeah,
just. Me
I do
either.
like the back
I like the.
though.
Oh my
gonna say,
gosh, I was gonna say that
that's
too.
exactly what
The
I
back
was
is
saying.
sexy.
Yeah. She should
It
have
is.
just walked the red carpet like this.
Yeah.
She
Well, this dress is very business in the front, party in the back. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, the party needs
It's
to
not
be in the front.
good.
That's
design
right.
front, Yeah.
Party needs to be the first appearance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hot
All
mess.
right.
Hot mess.
Hot mess.
All right.
Hot mess.
What's
All right,
next?
Come
so
on, let's find the hot.
next we've got Kourtney Kardashian. She's in Versace on July 21st in Miami for Miami Fashion Week. She's here at the Wild Fox Swim Cruise 2014 show at the Soho Beach House in Miami, Florida. So basically, the story behind this dress is that she dug into her closet. This is a vintage dress. And she actually Instagrammed an elevator selfie, which we have here, claiming that she's, quote, been waiting to wear this Versace number again since 7th grade. So her high neck dress combines. It's vintage. It's vintage. Her high neck dress combines images of Betty Boop with a colorful Harley Davidson motif. So, what do you guys think, Sam? You first.
You know what this reminds me of? Remember back in the day, cross colors?
Yes.
This,
You took that like right out of my brain.
this reminds me of like the female version of cross colors. And it was cool back in the day. But for right now, I think for me, I like, I'm into more subtlety. Like if I saw her at a party and I saw her wearing that, that's not, I don't know. Fashion is the first thing I notice on a woman.
Yeah.
A girl could be ugly to me, but if you put yourself together, you're fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. Me personally, I don't like that.
I think Betty Boop needs to stay where she belongs on a comic strip.
Yeah. At Comic-Con?
Yeah. I think it's a little too juvenile. I don't know.
I see where she's going. She's in Miami. She's doing that whole thing, very colorful. But yeah, no.
I'm gonna shock everybody and say I like it.
Woo!
You do?
Yes, I do.
Would you wear it though?
But see, that's why I like it, because I actually would wear. I would want to wear it, but I'd be like, where the heck would I ever wear it, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Vegas
Part of it
or
is because I
Comic-Con.
love Betty Boop, so that's a problem.
Aww.
But I just love that it's so much going. Like and you don't have to do anything else. Like it's just dress. You can wear some. She wore simple shoes, which I appreciated.
I love the shoes.
And I wish her hair was again out of her face, but that's just because there's way so much going on with the dress and the hair. But I just colors and it just seems like energy walking in the room to me.
Right.
So I get it. Like I get why it's kind of a mess too, but I kind of love it. So I'm gonna
Girl,
go with
she's
all
trying to
that.
deflect attention away from Chloe.
Well, speaking of her hair, she's been sporting the bangs recently, and she's there's kind of a lot of not good feedback on the bangs. People don't like the bangs. That's what people are saying, and I don't know. They say
I'm
she
fine
makes her
with
look.
it.
I'm
They
fine with
say
it,
it makes
yeah.
her look older. That's what's been out in
I don't
the.
think she looks
cares?
older.
I think she looks fine. But that's what people are saying.
My only criticism, other than like the dress is kind of crazy, like I would have lifted the boobies up a little bit more.
See, again, big boobies, and look, she's
And
got that high
curl.
neckline.
Yeah, you got it. So if your neckline is up here, your boobies can't be down
She
here.
needs a better
That's all.
support system.
Hoist them babies up.
All right, so last but not least, we got Miss Selena Gomez celebrating her 21st birthday on July 23rd at Bagatelle in West Hollywood. So she is wearing an $84 misguided premium embellished crop top and $72 Topshop white quilted shorts and Alexander McQueen white honeycomb mid-heel strappy sandals that are $1,260. So what do you guys think of Miss Gomez here?
Well, she's got legs for days,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
It's lovely.
For some reason, I just don't like the proportion of everything. It's just off to me. I'm not a fan.
What about a guy?
I love it. I think it's cool. I think it's sexy. It's cool. I would just like to see little accessories around her neck to set it off. But I love it. I love the shoes. Yeah, that's a fly outfit.
I like the outfit. I like the shoes. I don't like the outfit and the shoes together.
Yeah.
I really kind of would have liked a really bare shoe, like just the ankle strap and the toe strap or something. Like I
Yeah.
feel like the cage on the shoe kind of.
But I think for summer though, that works. Like I think that's cool for summer.
Yeah.
I just think it's hot. Like she's got this cute crop top. Like I want to see your face. Like I want to look up at your face, and then I want to feel like because the simplicity of the white short. Like I
Yeah.
just feel like called for simplicity in her shoe. Like I don't. It's just like, what do you look at? The shoe? Oh wait,
Too
your shirt.
distracting.
Like there's just I don't know. I didn't.
I love it.
quite
I
get
Yeah,
think it's
I'm
cool.
with Sam. I
Yeah.
love this.
It's
I
a
would
dope outfit.
head to toe.
Yeah.
I would rock this.
She looks sexy.
I love
She's
this.
killing
I love
it.
the shoes. I love the top. I'm with you. A few more accessories. I don't know if around the neck, but definitely some bracelets.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
plain.
Some, yeah,
bangles.
some arm. She needs
Just
some,
something.
some arm jewelry or something.
Some gold. I see some gold on
I
that.
do too.
Yeah.
I do too. Like a cuff. But I love
Yeah.
this.
Well, alrighty then, the cheese stands alone. All right. So we don't have much time here, so we're gonna wrap up this week's Fashion 411 with a fun little game for Sam.
Wait, before we go, real
Yes.
quick, I have gifts for y'all.
Oh, we love gifts.
So as y'all know,
We loved you before, but now we even love you even more.
I'm the face of Katie Lux Jewelry, so I bought y'all some. Damn, am I
You're
here.
like strapped in.
Oh,
Pass-
yeah, you
okay,
can't
so
just
pass them
pass it
around.
We'll pass them around.
Okay, while
Oh my
you're
God.
passing out love, we have a game for you, Sam.
Booyah.
Take that.
All right, let's
Thank
play
you.
it.
Thank you.
Love it.
Okay,
Thank
show
you.
them.
Oh, I used to be an accessories buyer, so I love
Yeah.
accessories.
So you guys
and I'm
listening-
accessories.
And you know, it's all about spirituality.
I love that.
So
Love
it's good
it.
energy, it's positive energy. It's just a great.
Nice to
I
see.
always have this on.
So for you guys
Beautiful.
listening,
Yes.
he gave us a really beautiful black leather braided bracelet with just like a tag
Little
that says
Very cool.
effects and Katie Lux jewelry. Really pretty.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joy,
I'm gonna
I
wear mine right
represent.
now.
We
Okay,
will.
so we
I'm
got
putting it
4
on right
minutes
now.
left, so we're gonna play this game with Sam.
Okay.
All right, we're
Yes.
calling this game Fact or
Or
Fiction,
Fiction.
and it's gonna let everybody get to know you a little bit better. So we'll each go around the room and read one. So first up, Fact or Fiction. Sam was a basketball star in high school when he moved to the States, but chose modeling and acting over dreams of the NBA. Fact or Fiction?
Fact.
Ah!
Oh, you
Had a
do
little game.
everything, man.
I had a little game. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
a high school All-American, top 100 my senior year.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was
very
alright.
nice. Well, who's your team right now?
Lakers always had
Oh,
their
yeah.
My boy B-Dog. I call him Brian Buss.
All right, next.
B-Dog.
You want to
All
read the
right, so next we got Sam's big break as an international model was for Ralph Lauren.
Fact or Fiction?
That's Tyson Beckford.
Yeah.
Fact or
Fiction.
Fiction? Yeah,
Fiction.
okay.
There
You
we
kinda
go.
What's
already-
your big break? Tell
Tommy
everyone.
Hilfiger.
Okay,
Tommy
Tommy
Hilfiger.
Hilfiger. All right.
All right.
And last but not least, Sam has something in common with the rapper Future. Future is also your nickname.
No, Future's I get sensitive about this one. Let me break this down,
Okay.
y'all.
Break it down,
My
Sam.
rap name has been Future since I was a little kid. Okay? And I registered the name years ago, but the problem is I registered it's Sam Future Sarpong. So now this Future comes out, who I just interviewed. All last year I was doing Ryan Seacrest's show, Access Live. So I interviewed him at the BMI Awards, and live on camera I go, man, you know you stole my name. And he's like, what? I'm like, I've been Future for years. Do your research. Look up the league. We've had 6 platinum albums. That's my name. And he looks at the camera, and I go, how old are you? And he goes, 26. And I go, yeah, well, I'm older, so it's my name. And he just started, so he looks at me, and we're live on TV, and he goes, well, you know what? We gonna share it, man. We can share that. But I'm so salty now because it sucks.
So
Because
you don't want to share it.
well, the reason I don't want, that's my, even my little nephews and stuff, they
Oh,
know
it's
me as
yours.
Future.
Yeah.
And where do you think Future Stars Clothing comes
Yeah.
from?
Makes
Future.
sense.
There
Where do
you
you think my
are.
production company, Future Stars Entertainment, comes from? Future.
Woo, so
But-
this is a serious
When
fact.
somebody gets famous before you,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I've been in the game way longer
Yeah.
than him, he's just a
Yeah.
bigger name than me. Now when people hear me and I perform, they're like, wait, are you that? I'm like, no, that's not me. So it's a very sensitive topic. So now I'm Sam Future Sarpong.
Can we call you the OG Future?
Yeah, I'm
Future.
the OG.
Future.
I'm the
OG.
OG.
Now,
OG
real
Future.
quick before we wrap up, was anybody else? I was expecting you to have a British accent.
You thought I was so I lost it
I
like... No, the problem is I've been at it too long, so I lost it like 15 years ago.
So because I know people who, have accents and who live in the States for a long time and they still maintain their accents.
Because
Is
they
it like-
came over here when they were
were
older.
older.
See, when
Yeah.
you come... I lost my accent, no lie, like probably between the first 6 months to a year.
Okay.
Because I was around other kids, and you lose... If anything, I wanted to keep it, because
Yeah.
girls loved it.
I know.
Yeah.
I was 13 and girls were shaking handkerchiefs at me. You know what I mean? So I need to keep this joint, but I couldn't. It's like I was around other people, so I lost it. But I could talk like this when I've got to, love.
You can throw it back.
Yeah,
You can
of
throw it
course
back.
I can.
Slide
Of
back
course I
into
can.
it.
Oh,
All
well, this has been a great show. We
Yeah,
want
a
to
lot of
thank
fun.
Sam for joining us this week. A lot
been
of
a blast.
fun. Hopefully
Blast.
you can come
Come
back
back again
sometime.
I'll definitely be back in a few weeks.
Let everybody know, where can they find you?
Twitter me, at Mr. Sam Sarpong. Make sure you pick up your Future Stars clothing at Scream Famous on Melrose. Facebook, Sam Sarpong. My phone number is 818-652. No, my number is 818-652-77. You figure out the rest.
Oh.
Touchdown!
Erica,
All
where can
right,
we find
guys. I'm your host, Erica Garcia Rojas. You can find me on Twitter at IamEGR.
You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Stuart Starlet.
you? And you can find me, Deanna Vaughn. I just updated all my social
Yeah.
media. It's me, Deanna V. So you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for more Fashion
411! Holla black! Holla black!
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Dario Christmas, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network. If you have questions or comments, tweet us at BHL Online or email us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. For more exclusive content, visit blackhollywoodlive.com. This has been a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.